Hello and welcome to everyone in the third class of digestion and absorption. In our previous classes, we discussed about some of the organs present in alimentary canal. The last organ we discussed was small intestine, which is the longest organ of the alimentary canal. The small intestine is divided into three parts: duodenum, jejunum, and ileum. In the small intestine, the breakdown of complex food materials into the simpler ones gets completed, and also the absorption of these simpler food materials occurs into the blood vessels through finger-like projections known as villi, which are present in small intestine. The undigested food, or the food which does not get absorbed into the blood vessel, they are released from the small intestine into the next organ, which is the large intestine. It is called large because of its large diameter, though in length it is shorter than the small intestine. The large intestine consists of cecum, colon, and rectum. The ileum of the small intestine releases its undigested food along with water into cecum, which is the first part of the large intestine, through a sphincter known as ileocecal sphincter. Also, there is present another organ which is known as appendix. It is a vestigial organ and arises from the cecum. So this is the figure of large intestine. The ileocecal sphincter is present over here. This is the cecum, which is a small blind sac, consists of some symbiotic microorganisms. It is helpful for the body. From the cecum, the appendix arises. It is the appendix, this one. It is a narrow finger-like vestigial organ. Vestigial means which is not mature. It was considered that appendix has no use in human body, but now the researcher has found that this appendix also contains some symbiotic microorganism like cecum. Okay, so in human being, this cecum and the appendix, they are not well developed, but in herbivores, means the grass-eating animals, they have developed and very well organized cecum and appendix to digest cellulose, whose digestion is very difficult. So this cecum and appendix is well developed in herbivore but not in human beings. Then the cecum opens into the colon of the large intestine. This is the colon portion. This colon is again divided into few parts. First one is ascending colon. Ascending colon, ये जो cecum के बाद ये ऊपर की तरफ जा रहा है, इसको बोलते हैं ascending colon. Then ये जो region है, इसको बोलते हैं transverse colon. फिर जो ये colon नीचे की तरफ आता है, इसको बोलते हैं descending colon. Then this part is known as sigmoid colon. ये पूरा complete है colon, which is the longest part of the large intestine. Colon के बाद there is rectum, which stores the undigested food or the fecal matter. After that, the rectum will finally leads to the last organ, which is the anus. So Anus is the opening where the alimentary canal ends. Mouth is the anterior part and anus is the posterior part. Anus or the anal canal also consists of two sphincter. One is internal anal sphincter and the one is external anal sphincter. The main function of anus is to remove the undigested solid waste from the body. The egestion, which is the last step in the process of digestion, occurs through anus by removing the undigested solid waste. Now we will see different layers of alimentary canal. So, if we cut the alimentary canal in this way, this is mouth, then esophagus, then we will find the stomach, small intestine, large intestine, so on. If we cut the tube of the alimentary canal in this way, means in transverse section, then we will find different layers. So this is the diagrammatic representation of different layers present in the alimentary canal, which is also known as gut. Okay. So the outermost layer is known as serosa. So it is made up of thin mesothelium with some connective tissue. outermost मतलब ये जो बाहर की तरफ का जो लेयर है इसको बोलते हैं सेरोसा. सेरोसा के बाद जो अंदर की तरफ लेयर है उसको बोलते हैं मस्कुलरिस. मस्कुलरिस फिर से डिवाइडेड है इनटू टू पार्ट्स. वन इज आउटर लॉन्गिट्यूडिनल and the one is inner circular. So muscularis is made up of smooth muscles. After muscularis, the next layer is submucosa. Submucosa is also made up of loose connective tissue which contains some nerves, blood vessels and lymph. After submucosa, the next layer is म्यूकोसा. म्यूकोसा में कुछ इरेगुलर फोल्ड्स होते हैं, फिंगर लाइक प्रोजेक्शंस होते हैं, जैसे कि जो इंटेस्टाइन में जो विली है, विली फिंगर लाइक फोल्ड्स है, ये फॉर्म होता है इन दिस लेयर इन म्यूकोसा. सिमिलरली स्टोमक में भी कुछ फोल्ड्स है जिसको बोलते हैं रुगाई, जो फॉर्म होता है इन दिस लेयर दैट इज म्यूकोसा. तो म्यूकोसा के अंदर रहता है ल्यूमेन. ल्यूमेन मीन्स जिसके थ्रू जो फूड मटेरियल्स है वो पास ऑन होता है फ्रॉम द माउथ टू द एनस. तो ये अंदर का जो लेयर होता है जिसके थ्रू फूड पास होता है उसको बोलते हैं ल्यूमेन. ल्यूमेन के बाद होता है म्यूकोसा, देन सब म्यूकोसा, देन इनर सर्कुलर मस्कुलरिस, देन आउटर लॉन्गिट्यूडिनल मस्कुलरिस, and after that serosa. This lumen is surrounded by different layers. They protect the lumen, and also these layers consist of several different cells and glands. Like the mucosa layer consists goblet cells which secrete mucus. These mucus protect the outer layers from different digestive juices. The mucosa in the stomach, they consist of gastric gland. But in duodenum of the small intestine, the submucosa layer contains the gland. The mucosa consists of several finger-like projections both in stomach and small intestine. The finger-like projections in stomach is known as rugae, and in small intestine, these are known as villi. There are several millions of villi present in the small intestine, so that they can increase the surface area of the small intestine for the maximum absorption of the simpler food materials into the blood vessels. So this is an enlarged structure of small intestinal mucosa showing villi. These are the villi in green color. They are the finger-like projection present in the mucosa of the small intestine. So villi provide the surface for the absorption of digested food particles. The blood vessels absorb the particles. These are the blood vessels. This red one is the artery and the blue one is the vein. So at first the food materials get absorbed into the capillaries. Capillaries are the branches of arteries and veins. So these are the capillaries. Along with capillaries, there is another structure. Here you can see there is a yellowish orange structure known as lacteal. So lacteal are the lymphatic vessels which absorb mainly the digested fats. So lacteal will absorb the fat and the capillaries will absorb all other digested nutrients. You can see another region like depression in the villi. This region is known as crypt of liver. So this is the overall structure of villi. So the lacteal and the capillaries will absorb the digested food materials. Then the lacteal will connect with the lymphatic vessel and the capillaries will connect with the artery and vein through which the whole body will get the digested food. We will study more topics from this chapter in our next classes. Thank you.